Gang, I did that again. I'm always doing that. It's like I gotta just explode into a video. All right, gang, what is going on? Chuck's Raw Reviews. I have, it's always like I have a great book. This is better than a great book. It's a series, first off, but it's even better than that. But first, I always forget this shit because I'm always so excited about the books. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that bullshit. Please, love what we do. And it's not even about, oh, love Chuck. No, that's not what it's about. I'm talking about all sorts of great fucking books. I want you to love them. I want you to talk about them. Anyways, did that bullshit, did the shilling crap. So it's now time to actually talk about the book. All the time. And I believe Chuck's Raw Reviews have talked about this series once before, but there's more that have come along. So I have to talk about it again for that reason, but also because whenever someone says, hey, what's good? I'll always name off my 5 favorite books. I'll be like, I love Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies. I love Tart. I love Harlan Buck. I love Judas Breed. Judas Breed was the first video we ever did. And I've done videos for all of them. And Bun is always on that list. Always. I fucking love Bun. I know that I'm always like, oh, this is great. And I'm always so happy and positive because they're comics. I love comics. And even when the comics aren't for me, I'm excited that someone's making something that they're excited about and that I think other people are going to love. And at least the quality's there that, someone else is going to enjoy this. This is... Chuck fucking loves this stuff. It's amazing. And he has to talk about it. He's very excited to talk about this. First off, that name, Bun. It's so funny because you hear the name... I remember when Brian Silveira first talked to me and he's like, man, you got to check out Bun. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I'll read whatever. His art, right away, like, look at that. That's not just, it's black and white on the inside. But his art is just fucking gorgeous and demented and weird. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let's check it out. So, got the first 2. Now I have the 3rd. So we're talking about Bun 1, 2, and 3. And, holy shit. It's just like, his world is like his art. It's out there. It's demented. It's fucked up. But it's also super intelligent. And every line, every little thing matters. And it's there for a reason. And this is like, and I think I might have said this before, but this is like fantasy on crack. I love fantasy, but this is the kind of shit that I just don't feel like my brain can get there. And I could never imagine. The fucking cool thing about what Brian Silveira does is that he's a writer and an artist. So he's literally birthing these ideas from his brain and putting them directly on paper. And what's really neat about the beginning of this is that there's no dialogue. You're just suddenly in this, you're with this boy and you're in this fucked up world and you have no idea what's going on, and it happens for quite some time. And eventually we find out that the boy's name is Milo. And he is a bunny who has come with him to this strange world named Bun. He's not even totally sure how he got here. He just was suddenly here. And now he's trying to find a way back. And a way to understand what's going on in his life. And there's so much tradition and culture in this book. And what's really neat is like the main character, the main kind of good guys, but again, I guess the main citizens, the main humans, live on top of the trees, on top of what they call the Green Sea, and their name is the Found. And then of course there's these demented, kind of fucked up night elves sort of things, like dark elf kind of creatures called the Lost. And you figure out over time that they have this very theological society that all works around the fact that they worship this person this figure, this huge spiritual creature who is both good and evil. And they're very honest about that. Who is both a creator and a destroyer, named Ella, the Traveler. And we hear about travelers a lot. And Milo is Milo and Bun are travelers, just in the fact that they came from somewhere else and they're there. Again, there's all these traditions, all this culture, and all this other stuff that comes into it. We get to see stuff from their point of view. Then later on in book 2, we get to see in book 3, we get to meet the found, or we get to see the found. Then we get to meet the lost, and we get to see that, okay, there's 2 sides to this, or actually probably like 3 or 4 sides, many sides. We really get into this world and get into how deep it is. And of course, in all that, there's also reality, because Milo left his father behind. And Milo, at the age of about 6, his mother died of cancer. And his father became an alcoholic because that was the woman of his dreams. And I understand that. Like, I love my kids very much, but my wife is my one. My wife is like almost the most singular important thing in my life. So I get where this guy was going, where he lost her, and then it's so hard to even focus on everything else because you lost that. That was your thing, your constant. And so his father is an alcoholic, and we then get to go back and we get to see how his father's dealing with it. And I really love that the juxtaposition of Milo trying to find himself, while, or not juxtaposition, but parallels of Milo trying to find himself, and in the process his father kind of doing the same, though his father's making, well, actually they're both not making an awful lot of progress. Milo finds out a lot, but it's not really due to any tenacity. He's more dragged along on everything, so he's not as much a hero as he is traveler or a tourist who just is along for the story. He's an interesting character, and I like him, and I like the people he meets, like Miel and her father John. And I love Miel very much. I really love that character. I don't know why she's about my favorite. A lot of people will say Ella, but we don't know what Ella is, and Ella's fucked up. And I think Ella is a villain in a lot of this, in a lot of ways, but we really don't know. We just get that there's definitely something sinister. Yeah, man, I could just keep on talking about the story, and you guys will already tell I've spoken about this story so much, and so much more than I talk about the other ones, because I love what Brian's doing. He's gotten into my head, and his world has there's a piece of his world inside of here. And I find that when I really love something, I go one of 2 ways. Either get obsessive, and I really need to know. Well, no. At one point I would get obsessive, and I'd want to know everything, and I'd really try to, like, think ahead and go, oh, they might do this or they might do that. But when I really truly love the writing now, my brain shuts up and goes, cool, man, I trust you, do your thing. So if someone were to come to me and say, do you have theories about Bun? I can force myself to create theories, but I don't really have any, because I don't want any. I don't want to ruin what Brian's doing. I don't want to put any part of myself in that. What he is doing is so fantastic, so amazing, so fucking bonkers, out of its mind, that I don't even want to try to guess, because I don't want to know until I know. You know, like, I don't want to know until all 5 books are there in front of me, and I get to go, oh, all right, now where's the hardcover? You know? So, yeah, and again, I've spoken of this. I mean, look at these covers, guys. And his art is just, I'm trying to find some really fucking, actually, he gets so, like I said, he gets so kind of demented and messed up. 3 actually has some really good stuff in the beginning. Yeah. 3 is just so, there's so much craziness. His lines are so beautiful. His work, we talk about him, like so many of us creators talk so highly of him because we just love his work. He did a version of My Caretaker that I just treasure. And so to have someone who's so talented as a writer and as an artist, frankly, Brian, it kind of pisses me off a little bit. You don't deserve all that talent, okay? kind of give someone to some talent to someone else, please, for the love of God. No, seriously though, I could go on forever. These are my favorite books for a reason. I love what he's doing. I think Bun is Bun. Most of you will not have read Bun, and that's, I don't even know why that is. It's probably because it's so hard to really crystallize it, but hopefully I've done that in this video. Get the fuck out there, buy the fucking book. I believe it's buncomic.com. It's very easy to find, and pick up the book. It's amazing. It's brilliant. It's just psh. Thank you guys. Like, share, comment, talk about it. If you have read the book, why don't you tell us your takes on it? Leave something for Brian. Tell him what you think. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I've prattled on long enough. You don't need this much chuck. And if you noticed, I didn't swear a lot in this one. I swore like an okay amount. You guys got a fair amount of fucks and no grackles, but next time I'm sure. But it's because I'm just so intent on this story and just love it so much that no amount of fucks are going to make it any better. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace, love, and comics.